Hey, it's Mr. Slav here. Oh man, don't you just love the moment when you wake up and for some reason you can't move? Not only that, but you also see some creepy shit in the room, like for example a tall man standing in a corner, watching you intently. Let me introduce you to a strange experience called sleep paralysis. For those who never experienced this thing, I am telling you, you really don't want to. Sleep paralysis is basically when you are in a state between sleep and wakefulness. When that happens, it is possible that you will see various strange visions and sounds, and you will 100% believe them. And during the whole ordeal, you can't move, not even a finger. Well, some may be able to, but that is just rare. You want to scream and alert your family members of danger? Well, tough luck, because you can't even do that. And during your struggles to regain control of your body, there is a strange entity which is lurking very close to you. The paralysis may last for only seconds or even few minutes. And believe me, those few minutes go super slow. Sounds like a fun time, doesn't it? So what kind of visions and sounds people tend to see? Strangely, people tend to see very similar entities. For example, Egyptians see jinn during paralysis, but the jinn is pretty much a demon. Cambodians see ghost or evil spirit, Japanese see old hag, Brazilians see pisadeira, also a woman, and pretty much all cultures see various monsters that can be categorized in 4 types: demons, ghosts, shadows, and for some reason, an old woman. For once, why can't it be a hot blonde entity? Anyway, it is strange that no matter the culture, visions are very similar. So what exactly these things do when you are frozen in your bed? How about I tell you that from my personal experience? Sleep paralysis happened to me 3 times. First time it happened, I was just a teen, living with my parents, and I was going through some school stuff. Maybe the stress caused it. Scientists say that insomnia may be the reason, but I was sleeping quite well. But not during that particular night. I remember that I woke up because something extremely heavy was pressing on my chest. For a second I believed that I was crushed by a ceiling because I couldn't move a thing. I felt like it was almost impossible to breathe. What is weird is that during sleep paralysis you still may be able to move your eyelids. Thankfully I didn't open my eyes, and after a few seconds, as soon as I was able to move, the heavy feeling on my chest was poof, gone like nothing happened. And only then I realized that it wasn't real. By the way, this is the least scary of the 3 encounters. The second time it happened, I was staying at my friend's garden house. It is a small house with 2 floors. His granny was sleeping in the first floor, and me and my friend was sleeping in the attic. There are like 4 beds in there since he has a large family that likes to come for a visit during the summer. Anyway, during the night, I suddenly woke up and opened my eyes. Should not have done that. I saw at least 4 shadow figures which started to beat me and choke me. If I was into that shit, that would have been nice. However, I wasn't. The choking might have been a manifestation of the lack of ability to scream due to paralysis. And just like in the first time, as soon as I was able to move, these shadow figures disappeared and I was able to scream my brains out. Funny enough, neither the granny or my friend heard me, because he sleeps with earplugs and his granny, well, she's a granny. The third time happened quite recently, about 3 years ago. These events are so impactful that you tend to remember them forever. For some reason, this one really creeps me out. Thank God I was sleeping on my side, because if I was sleeping on my back, I would probably have soiled my trousers. I suddenly woke up and felt that something was just not right, like there was a presence in the room. The thing is, during sleep paralysis is that it is very difficult to be aware of what is real and what is just a hallucination. So basically I was laying on my side. The bed is sideways, so where I was sleeping there is a huge gap between my head and the wall. So the gap was, how should I say it, occupied by an old hag with a long dark hair. Almost like that chick from The Ring. She was literally standing next to my head, and she was bent over, directly looking at my head, like that. And this is my head, and thankful I was sleeping on my side. She was looking directly at me. If I was laying on my back, I'm seriously, I would have been looking directly at her probably horrifying face. I could feel her hair on my face. Even now, I feel goosebumps all over me when I think about it. As soon as I was able to move, I used all my power to hit that woman directly into her face with my arm, but of course nothing was there. This phenomenon was known for thousands of years, so even our ancestors were constantly being scared shitless, especially during the times when science was at its infancy. But even today, science is unable to completely explain what is going on, but there are good theories. Sleep paralysis happens when you wake up during the dream phase of sleep. During this period, your brain turns off signals of your body to keep it from moving and acting out your dreams. It would be pretty difficult to sleep if you were kicking and punching. This state is called muscle atonia, and we are not 100% sure what causes the suppression of the muscles. So when you are lying there like a brick, your brain is awake, however, you are still dreaming, but way more lucid. You are in a limbo between dream and reality. Both things mix and you end up with personal horror show. What is also interesting is that sleeping on your back may increase sleep paralysis occurrences. People from USA often claim to be abducted by aliens, and when they are, they usually lie on their backs. A coincidence? I think not. Is there a way to prevent this ever happening? Not really. But there are things that can help reduce the chance. People who are exhausted, sleep deprived, or stressed tend to have various sleep disorders, so don't sleep on your back. 2 times I did, I got sat on by something and got beat up by a shadow gang. Have a regular sleeping schedule, try to remove some stress from your life, so watching this video really helps. Also, if you found yourself to be in a sleep paralysis, try not to open your eyes. Trust me, there is nothing worth seeing there. Oh man, I almost forgot about it. Yes, you can also hear hallucinations. Some people reported of hearing various entities talk in non-human languages or making various weird noises. What noises, you say? How about whispers, hissing, humming, or even roars? Thankfully, during my own 3 encounters, they all stayed quiet. By the way, did you know that there are people who experience sleep paralysis almost every night? Somehow, some of them got used to this. It happens so often that they train themselves to think very rationally. Cool experience. Would not recommend. So what interesting topic you would like me to cover next? Comment below.